here we are with attempt number 3. And if I don't get it on this one, there'll just be no live stream today. I have to say I love playing guitar so much, but this side of the game, I hate it. The tech side, I hate. Let's see if we get an audio. So tell me if it's glitchy or if it's good or bad. I'm just waiting on chat to come through. Sounds fine right now. Oh, fellas. Fellas, I hate this side of it. Let's see if the guitar sounds okay. I'm so far out of the zone now that I can't even play. Sample rates got messed up in some kind of update somewhere. Oh, I'm out of the mental capacity. Like it's just this side of the game, if you want to call it that. This side of playing music as a modern musician and doing things like live streams. Man, it's so rewarding on a communal level. But the tech aspect of it is infuriating. I'm looking at a Sony camera going into a Mac with this Logic camera and like all this crap. And I just go, what are we doing? Like, what is this? Like, this has nothing to do with making a good song. And it's maybe I even changed the topic for today. It's like none of this has anything to do with making a good song. You know what I mean? And it's like you have one little toggle get bumped, and it's like the whole thing comes crashing to an end. It's interesting because the reason I like tube amps and pedals is they're tactile. And if something's wrong with the tube amp, you take it out of the shell and you trace down the issue and you go, yeah, that 12AX7's bad. Let's just pull that out and put in a new one. When you're dealing with ones and zeros, it's just like nothing town. It's like a trip to Nothingville. And it's just something could have been updated somewhere. And it's just, I mean, Chuck's making a point where it's not magic. If it's broke, something has changed. I mean, that's it, right? That's it. What would troubleshooting look like on a pedal board? You know, that's the thing. It's a tactile thing versus a computer where you're in menus and subgroups of menus and subfolders where you can't, even though you're looking for it, you can't see it. Versus when I look down at the pedal board, I'm like, well, I can see every single path. So if something's off, then it's got to be in that path somewhere. We'll get back on topic. But yeah, man, it's just like I think that's the thing. These types of frustrations exist with modeling technology, plugins, using an interface and not using an amp. It seems like a really beautiful, solve all your problems scenario when you have, a folder full of virtual amps, and then you go, well, my computer doesn't work. Well, now all of your amps don't work. You know what I mean? Like that's a thing. Like when your computer is gone, none of your stuff works. Versus like all these amps, it's like if my computer goes down, all my amps in my room still work. I think that is what keeps this world back here, the analog world. I think that's what keeps it alive, because you're not dependent on a device that's ones and zeros to make your guitar work. Jay's got, for that reason, I had our church go back to an analog snake. They had a digital snake crash and there's no time to fix. I mean, that's it right there. That right there is it. Tube head and 412 speakers. I mean, you know, it's like, dude, I'll even one better. Monkey wrench. An $85 Black Star practice amp can break, sure, but it's the practice amp that's right here. If you want more or less, you just operate it. Chuck says Mission Critical should have redundancies. You flip to new servers when you go south. Yeah, I think that's like the arc of the situation, right? Like as one dude in a room, which is what I am. As one dude in a room, in a perfect world, there would be 2 employees, multiple rigs, and I would just jump out of one rig into another. But financial standings don't allow those kind of things to happen. Do you prefer tube amps versus digital solutions, even for super clean tones, even jazz? Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm on a tube amp right now, into aux, and I absolutely prefer this. You're talking funky stuff. Turn off some of that reverb. Like this is I mean, I think this is yeah, I mean, I think this is a SL68 that I'm playing through, and I think the clean is just. I think I still am in the camp that the tube amp is superior, and I'll tell you why. This is my theory on it. The modeler, at its best, and we're talking the top dog, Axe-Fx 3. The modeler at its best is emulating. It's not the original. To put it in another metaphorical way, what if you play John Petrucci solo and it sounds just like the record? I mean, just like the record. At the very best, you're a copy. You're not the origin. You're not the source material. The original print. Like that's, to me, where it's all gotta be. Now, am I anti-modeler? No, I wouldn't say that at all. I make a lot of patches for Axe-Fx and FM9 and even the Line 6 stuff, and I'm not anti-modeler whatsoever. I'm copying what analog tube amps do, All right. Let's get on topic. So I was, last week I was out with Suhr and also my band, and we did several clinics last week. One at Firehouse Guitars, a couple over at Sweetwater, and then we did a show and a clinic at Guitar Sanctuary. So we had a clinic on one night and then a show with my full band on another night. And man, it was a blast. Like we had a great crowd Friday night for the show in Texas at Guitar Sanctuary. and the vibe and the energy was so good. I've got some videos I'm gonna put on my Patreon so you guys can see it. One is like me and Eli playing over Shoot the Sun Down, trading a solo over that. It's really, man, it's just really vibey. Just like, it's so cool in the moment, in the room, real energy, standing up, playing in front of people. You know, that's the magic. Now the clinics were great too. We were obviously demoing a lot of the Suhr gear. We were talking about the new anniversary model guitars, all that kind of good stuff that is right around the corner. If you're interested in one of the anniversary model guitars, reach out to your dealer, because we're about 85% of the way sold out of those. We actually did an extension because we sold out of the first wave. We're going to do 100 of each color. Originally it was going to be 50 of each color, 50 orange, 50 red. And after talking with Suhr, you know, I realized the demand is higher than I want to admit. I thought 50 and 50 was magic, 100 total, but it's just not enough guitars really. And so we're going to do 100 of each, and we're almost all the way sold out. So we just released the second wave to order, and we're almost sold out of those. And by sold out, I don't mean dealers. I mean customers placing the order from the dealers. So if you want one, you need to get it. So that was all last week, and man, the just being able to put a set list together with some great players and get some good live show action, man. It was really cool. Really, really cool. So, in that, let's go over some cool stuff with some fifth ideas that I've been kind of messing with. Fourths. So a lot of you guys on Patreon have been following some of my explorations of these ideas, and I think it's a neat way to add some extra goodness to your solos and some width. And I'm going to show you like some right hand tricks to let me kind of turn this guitar down a little bit so it's not loud. I feel like that's pretty good right there. That's a pretty good balance. You tell me if I'm wrong. With the fourth idea is, you know, basically you can envision this with two songs. You can envision it with Jessica, or you can envision it with Sweet Child of Mine. You see how this shape is the Sweet Child of Mine shape, or the Jessica shape. I'm not going to move it around. We're just going to play it once. Look at this camera right here. That's the... You can use different fingering, whatever. The point is that you got root. Jeremy's saying he uses that shape all the time. Well, Jeremy, check this out. Let me extend what that means to you so you can get some more mileage out of it. And we're going to use some hybrid picking, or at least I'm going to use some hybrid picking, because I find that it helps things. So let's take that right there, Jeremy. You see what I've got going on is I've got this, I'm in the key of D, or at least I think I am. I see it in D minor, right? That's how I'm seeing it right here. D minor. So now in D, look at the B string. We're gonna go F, G, A. Now we're going to put those fourths shapes around each one of those notes. So, I mean, you can't really... You can kind of... You can kind of play some melodies like that, but basically what you want to do is split it up to where there's like this intervallic stretch. Right? Okay, and so let's take it up a notch. So all of these kind of things are like not entry level, but upper intermediate, like whatever you want to call that, upper intermediate level. And so on this next rise, you end up with a lot of notes that are like one note per string situations like this. Really neat sound. So on these one note per string situations, excuse me, on the one note per string situations, I'm playing like pick middle, pick middle, right? Pick middle, 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 pick middle. You get some really neat sounds like that. Let me give you that one again. Right? Yeah, Jeremy's getting it. I'm kind of working that pinky. See what I'm saying? You can alternate the 5th and the 7th. Okay. So now let's add in a little bit of that, like Eric Johnson influence. Let's add in that kind of thing, where we're sliding it around. Now we had this. Let's take it down. So it's like 1, 2, 3 slide. So on that one I'm playing 2, 5, 2. If I'm hearing it out of. So 2, 5, 2 slide 7. 2, 5, 2 slide 7. Right here. You can slide on that note. kind of a nice way to come out of it too. One more time. You see, I'm kind of playing around that B flat. There it is up top. Okay, one more time. Let's take this top one that I've been kind of playing with. Same idea. Now check this. So the top one has got G, F, D, C, D. Like that kind of thing, instead of playing that middle finger like I just did. Whoops, I should have slid that back. There's the full 7th arpeggio. The great thing about these ideas is they're symmetrical. It's cool. Maybe we can try to connect all of it. I don't know. I'm just kind of exploring it. So you see what I'm doing on the situations where I have a minor and the first finger would have to do that thing. I'm changing that for another fourth. What do we got going on? What's all this arguing going on? What's happening over here? Here we go. That's a nice sound right there. That F or B flat sus kind of sound. It could be flat sus too. No. Some internet guys saying those are just major arpeggios. They're not, because it's really ambiguous. There's no thirds in it, right? You see what I'm saying? It's really nice. I like this kind of where it comes out of it. It's a little bit of cross picking and a little bit of hybrid picking. It's kind of both. Let's see if we can get this camera angle right here on it. See down the barrel of it right there, right? Let's take the basic shape, which is this. It's like down, middle, down, middle. It's really tricky. It's really, really tricky in the right hand. Sounds really juicy on the neck pickup too. Ah, it's really sick. Right. The other one's really a bit harder. I suck. I suck one more time. That's it, right? One more time. Getting a little bit of snap on that pick makes it feel really good, makes it sound good to me, where you're not just kind of making the Yeti where there's no articulation. I like a little bit more articulation. Like at the very back of it, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's see if we can put that into a tune. Let's see if we can have some of that in a song context. Like some of that width on the intervallic structure is nice. It's really kind of nice, isn't it? Let's find something, maybe Truth and Lie. Let's go over the solo section of that and see if we can fit some of that stuff in, right? We'll bring the volume down a little bit. Yeah, and this kind of freeform. We'll do it halftime first. Right? We'll do it halftime first. Again. See how it works? Again. See what I'm saying? Let's do it again. Take that high one. So you see how that's going to fit into a musical context, which really like the main order of business, right? Is that you can find a way to slide it into something. Let's try those like extended. Let's try some of that stuff and see if we can get those to flow over it. Right? It's kind of cool sound, right? So it's like you guys see the main order of business is that you come across an idea that sounds neat, and the goal is to immediately start putting it into some kind of musical context. So, I mean, I use my tunes, right? Because I got to play these tunes. I'm doing it in triplets. Four is a good troop. Yeah. That's a little fast. That's going to be a really fast triplet. That's going to be... that's where the triplet is. Yeah, it's going to be too fast to do. That's really quick. Holy crap. That's too fast. That's way too fast to try to do that. We can slow it down half time. But that tempo is going to be way too quick for those sextuplets, right? I would go into a different thing there. I would use the tap to get the sextuplet. That's how I would look at that, right? Yeah, it'd be really hard to do. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Too fast. That's way too quick. That's all right. Not everything can be done at light speed, right? Maybe we could let's just play that tune and see. I haven't played this tune all the way through in a minute. Well, let's just do the whole tune. I need one more track. Try for that lick in. Let's try that again. Well, let's just jump to the solo section, see if we can put those licks in. Nice. So some of that's starting to feel good, right? Start again. There's those six doublets. Kind of a nice little improvised solo in trying to apply what I just taught you. So again, let's take this and let's break it down like beginner, intermediate, and then advanced. So beginner is taking and learning that all your notes in the D minor scale have a fourth or a fifth below. But like if you're looking at A, putting that fourth on top, right? Or that fifth. Right? And now we're going to just make the octave. So there's the whole octave. Okay, so now the intermediate thing is getting the hybrid picking to work with it, okay? So we're going to take each one of those blocks and we're going to put an extra note on the bottom. So we're going to go pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle. Now let's move that around. Ah. Super advanced would be those last couple of licks where I'm sliding it through a lick. What was the picking again with pick finger? So it's down, middle, down, middle. Here it is, right here in this the other camera. Down, middle, down, middle. So down, middle, down, up, down, middle, down, up, down, middle, down, down. Down, middle, down, down, middle, down, up, down. Down, middle, down, up, down. Down, middle, down, up, down. So yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I'm kind of working on it, trying to get it nice and even sounding and trying to get it applicable. Now, if you go down on the lower string sets, you're going to have a wider situation to deal with, right? Yeah, but it's really neat to get it rolling around. One more time. Yeah, that is today's lesson. Let's open up the chat, see what we going on over here with the folks in the chat. The old trackpad's feeling kind of greasy. Okay. Nice stuff is what my man is saying, but don't you find it tiring for the ears to practice with such a saturated sound? I mean, yeah, you can practice all this stuff with a clean tone. That's fine. You know, it's no problem. You can put it on a clean channel. But maybe even less delay. It really shows how clean one is or isn't, right? Worry about the sound when I'm practicing. I'll worry more about the I may just play even unplugged, not even use a guitar or an amplifier, not even use a guitar, not even use an amplifier. So Craig was at the Guitar Sanctuary show. Obviously, it was great to see you, Craig. Meet the fam. Says Steve Morse would have been proud. Yeah, we had a good thing going on with Eli and the band. It was really rocking. Your version of intermediate is hilarious. Well, I mean, what you think of it this way, losing parts. If you think of the top of the apex predator food chain is like Guthrie Govan, and the beginner is like Mel Bay page 1, then intermediate's going to be a little higher than what you think it is, right? Because Guthrie's like in the rafters. Mike Scola says, Andy, long time no stream. Hope all is well. You were at Sweetwater last week, right? I was indeed, and it was a blast. Greg was in the house. He said he loved the Sweetwater workshop. Andy's a cool dude. Cheers, Greg. Thanks for being there with my friend. It was great to see everyone at Sweetwater. We had a great time. Playing some tunes. ATX says, I always feel that distortion reveals more mistakes than playing in a clean tone. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that any one is better and or worse. Now, I think articulation, you hear more on a clean tone, but I think distortion, you got to have more awareness of your muting. So they both have benefits and they both got drawbacks. I don't think one is better than the other. I don't think one's worse than the other. It's just a situation. Dustin says, random question. I know you're a car guy. I know you like your American muscle cars, but be honest, what cars were you cheering for in the early Fast and Furious movies? Okay, Dustin, here's some back trivia on old A. Wood. I had a 1994 Supra that was turbo, and then we took the stock turbos off and put on a big single. It had the wide body kit and the whole deal. It was incredible machine. So I actually grew up being more of a Japanese JDM kind of guy. I was never really, I mean, I never was a domestic guy as far as sports cars until the C8, Z06. That's where I really got fired up. Because it's got more in common with the Italians. Let's be honest. The Z06 flat plane crank platform has more in common with a 458 than it does a big block, right? So that in the first Fast and Furious movies, it was about the Skyline, the yellow Skyline that dude drove in the first one. The R34 that Paul Walker drove was incredible. The orange Supra is the best car in all of the Fast and Furious movies, easily, all of them. I also love Dominic Toretto's red RX-7. I think those with the graphics that had the characters that went down the side, I think those were the coolest cars in those movies. It depends on the type of phrases. Yeah. RO says, I'll just dial in a tone that inspires me. I'd rather just play to express myself than get too worried about if I can do it clean or not. Life's too short. Yeah, I mean, it's all about what you want to pursue, I think you got it. Play what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short. Michael says, thanks for a great show in McKinney. It's great to meet you and share a night of killer tunes and crispy high fives. Thank you, Michael. It was great to see you there and great to meet you and see everybody in McKinney. We really had a great time and already trying to plan a trip back to do another show. Braxel says, thanks for the clinic in McKinney last week. My wife, Wendy, loves your shirt. Awesome. Tell Wendy thanks. Thanks for being there. If I do the $100 Patreon, how do you set up the one-on-one for 30 minutes? I like to know exactly how that works. No problem, Braxel. It's all ran through Calendly. The link is in the Patreon behind the paywall for the $100 members. So if you have an issue, of course, you can message me on there. And those slots are limited, folks. So if you're interested in being a patron and getting a 30-minute one-on-one, now weekly, the masterclass, that link goes out on Zoom. I just put that in the Patreon. The Patreon is just a feed, and it just rolls. So everything I post over there, I just actually shot a video. I'm actually going to shoot another video right now with these fourth ideas for you guys that are on Patreon, so slowing it down. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. And go to, if you're having a good time, go over to andywoodmusic.com, click shop. And you can buy FM9 patches, Axfex patches, T-shirts, hats, hoodies, all that stuff is on my website. Bundles, the backing track that I was playing to today, the Truth and Lie backing track, that's available for sale on the website as well. Go over there and buy some stuff. help a man get a 6-pack of beer, right? That's how that works. So one more question here from Fausto. Andy, I'm interested in a Suhr Classic S. I have a Music Man Luke, which is an awesome guitar, but I find that I'm developing some pain in my hand. How do I find the right neck size on a guitar? I mean, first of all, is it that neck? I want you to try playing a different guitar if you have another guitar and not playing the Luke. Try playing a different guitar for like a week. See if it's the neck of the Luke or if you've just got a technique that's causing you problems, like the way you're holding your hand. Might not be the neck. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where you start. Braxel, do you go this fast in your lessons like you did today in the live stream? You slow it down? Oh, I don't go this fast. I go this speed on live streams and YouTube because this is free content. This is content that costs nothing to consume, and it costs me mental health to create because I want to just sometimes throw all of this gear out the window because it's infuriating like today. But no, I go quick on stream and on video that's free because if it's free to you, then you might care a lot, but you might not care that much. And if you care a lot, you're going to sit there and rewind and rewind and rewind. If you don't care and you're just letting it happen, then that's cool too. I'm not mad at you. Just let it happen. Hang out. You don't have like this isn't homework time. I don't do this to make you guys feel like you got to go accomplish something. This is just a hang. These are just topics that I have, ideas that I come up with, things that we can talk about. But if you're interested in learning, we go at your pace, and that's behind a paywall. It has to be. Like, it has to be. I can't go into depth and it not be behind a paywall. That just doesn't make any sense. So Alabama Digger says, the original Fast and Furious is the best movie. Genuinely copied from Point Break. I mean, it really was a Point Break movie. Yeah, in a lot of ways. Andy, I've been trying to dissect your Line 6 Lone Star patch. How is the gain stage supposed to be run? Is it comp, then comp drive, then comp plus 2 drives? So those are all just like, it's not really supposed to be run any one way. If I had that patch, that means I've got multiple things that I could do to it. So if I'm playing behind a singer, maybe there's nothing on. If I'm going to boost it, I'll turn the comp on so, it's got some oomph in front of it. If I'm going to take a lead, then I would use the lower gain of the two. If I'm going to do something else, maybe the higher gain. Like it's a palette that you're meant to like engage the different buttons from a musical standpoint. There is no set it and forget it in my world. I don't do that with my gear. The amps kind of have to be set it and forget it. Like they run the way they're supposed to run because I can't go change settings in between every song. But as far as the pedals, everything's kind of meant to be a la carte. Like if it needs more, you step on that pedal. If it needs less, you step on the other pedal. Ken says, I see a lot of Skank Banger Knoxville shows on your website, but any shows planned for your original music? We don't have a booking agent right now for the original music. I do have plenty planned that will be uploaded very soon. There's another round of Suhr Clinics that's going to be going up on the website. There is also the Guitar Summit stuff that's going to be going up on the website and a tour with Mark Letary at the end of the year that's going to be on the website. But Skank Banger goes up quick because we booked the whole year in like December of the year before, so we actually have it like locked in. It's a residency. So we don't have to, there's no if and where, none of that stuff. Like it's just a residency gig. So that's why that's the way it is, Ken. Dirty Deeds says, have you tried a Strandberg guitar? If so, what did you think of it? It's cool. It's not for me. And I think that's a good thing, right? Like it's important to know what you like and what you don't like. I think big monster trucks are cool, but they're not for me. I think sport bikes are cool, but they're not for me. It's like knowing what you like. It's neat. I don't think there's anything wrong with the craftsmanship or the build quality or any of that stuff. I just look for something that's got a little more like vibe, like what I like. and that is a traditional shape thing, I think you have the argument that's like, oh, living in the past. And you go, well, that's fine. But you also have like, man, that looks like a space shovel. Like, that's fine too. To me, where I like to live is where those two roads intersect of modern innovation and classic, timeless, vintage aesthetic. That's really what this guitar is all about. Those are some of my favorite cars too. Like new sports cars are like hybrids, and they've got all the, like the Revuelto has got all this crazy technology, and the SF90's got all this crazy technology. Like when it comes to those Italian cars, man, like the Enzo, really cool car. The 458, last of the all motor Ferraris. Oh, that's really the one that I want. Like if I could walk into a dealership and buy any Italian car right now, it'd be a 458. I just think that, or a 430, because that's the last year you could get the gated manual. I think there's something cool about that crossroads, that convergence of modern and vintage. I like that a lot. Yeah, I mean, Dirty Deeds is like, I love my Strandbergs, but appreciate classics. So yeah, it's all just like what you like. Slinky says it's a great travel guitar. Yeah, because there's no freaking headstock on it, I think that's absolutely true. Dustin says, Andy, can you remind me of how your pickup switching works? I think I'm realizing I'm a double humbucker guy, but I'm scared of missing single tones. Yeah. Let's go through it real quick. So my pickup switching is neck humbucker, right? The first one. Then the neck most coil. So it's like just the neck coil of the neck humbucker. And I really like that. Really nice. Really nice, right? And then I have the two inside coils. Or sorry, this is just the two humbuckers. Kind of a nice bluesy tone. And then the two inside coils. This kind of lick is really tricky because it keeps cycling weird. That. Yeah. And then the back humbucker. And then the back humbucker with the series parallel. Yeah, Dirty Deeds got to the stream late. The fourth's idea is this thing, We were talking about this thing, right? Yeah. You'll have to rewind to get all of that information. With that said, guys, I'm going to make a video for my Patreon members. Love you guys. I appreciate you Patreon members so much for allowing me to continue to make content and do these live streams and things like that. So I'm going to do an in-depth lesson for Patreon right now. And I hope everyone has a great week. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we'll be doing our Patreon exclusive live stream masterclass. That's on Zoom. And that will be, okay, Braxel, send me a message over there and we'll get you on the, actually just go ahead and look for the Calendly link and then you can get scheduled in the lessons. If you have any problems, message me. I'll take care of you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. Appreciate your dirty deeds. Appreciate all you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen here hanging out with us on a Tuesday. Sorry for the late stream start because of the technical issues, but we got it figured out and we're going to be digging in on more content this week. WoodshedGuitarExperience.com for some lovely wheeling and dealing to come out to Crossville, Tennessee to hang out with me and some fantastic other guitar players like Trey Hensley and Dan Huff. Oh, it's going to be a delight. Mark Lettieri is going to be there. More on that soon. I don't want to give away the punchline. More on that very soon. AndyWoodMusic.com. Make sure to go check out the new hats and hoodies and all the goodies at AndyWoodMusic.com. And we'll see you guys real soon.